Roll it. And we're back. But first, we had an hour of talking about everything. It is session 24. When we last left our heroes, Ember's mom was floating in the bay in order to try to control her power leakage or whatever when she leapt to the defense of her daughter against Brahma. Brahma was beaten, bloodied, bowed, and exposed for something in the eyes of the world, and whooped up on by Syl, which left a bit of a void in the whole, kind of a power vacuum in the city. Oversight was a smoking donut overlooking the bay of the city. Certainly the worse for wear. Aegis was trying to keep the whole
that's
thing.
Right. We had everyone paying attention to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aegis was trying to tamp down on the disaster, the political, social, PR disaster that occurred as Palestine and Colin basically dumped everything they could on encoding overload. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster video settings. All right. Don't know what any of that means. Anyway, anyways, Colin and Palestine had dumped all this information about Brahma and how he had treated Alias when Alias was a student at the school and everything like that, out onto the world, which was a disaster for Oversight and Aegis, to a certain extent the school, but a previous generation of the school, so that's not as big a deal. So coming up on the cold part of the year, and the city is shook. Oversight's most well-known and in many cases well-liked leader, jailed, dishonored, well, not dishonored, basically his whole name destroyed and so on and so forth. Phoenix Academy shook, damaged, that kind of thing. Aegis took a hit in terms of its oversight capabilities, no pun intended. Ember's mom Syl was in good shape. She was feeling pretty accomplished, but other than that, not great. So I had polled you guys about those for the next, going into the next semester, whether it was the alien squid mind control thingy encephалus that Vanquish had previously enslaved and used to make sort of this Invictus stuff that could give you superpowers, but also kind of turned you into or made you relatively easy to control, who had gotten loose and was now out in the world, out in the oceans. So that's a looming threat. Vanquish is apparently coming on the way for this place where Princess Palestine has hidden out. Issues, but those are certainly the ones that are, and Ember's mom certainly a concern, at least for Amber, if not for anybody else, as she's dealing with all that stuff. So Vanquish coming, and Encephалus possibly. You're missing a faculty member in the form of Princess Arizella, who seems to be still under the, or somewhere. She's missing in action, and since she's originally from the ocean, possibly somewhere out there, and you know, nobody really knows exactly where she might be or what's going on there. So anyway, but get through the school year, we're plodding forward. So through the first semester, finals for that first semester, going into the second semester, some classroom shifts, some alliance changes, boyfriend stuff. Generally, while there's spikes of drama, pretty controllable. And somewhere in March, as one does when one is in high school or any school, looking forward to spring break. Yeah, I'm doing a little drawing, a little search here real quick. Because I mean, you're near a shoreline, and it's spring break. Who isn't going to want to be near the beach? Because obviously you're going to want to be near the beach. So
I don't want to be near the beach.
It's spring break, and that means beach. No?
No.
Possibly not.
Unless someone dragged me there.
Well, that is interesting that you put it that way. I'm going to go in here and save it.
It's the only way I would go.
Anyways, so this, if you think of this in sort of like a comic booky kind of thing, all of this was sort of in the first couple pages of the comic book, with like just the yellow box narration of like, this is what's happened, and we get a little flashback, and this is what's happened, this is what's happened, and now it's time for, you know, and there's a couple shots of the school, but some of the shots of the school and the city and stuff, when they talk about the time passing, don't look quite, you know, school time has passed, and you know, classrooms continue, but we see a lot of shots of sort of like very, very not nervous looking, but like all the faculty, but like the teachers and stuff, like sort of on their guard and like quietly talking to each other while they're watching the students, and like looking out at, you know, talking amongst themselves, and or standing on the lawn and looking out at the city, you know, staring into and things like that. And you know, moving on to new classes, and it's Surge, but he's got everybody outside, and everybody's like drilling on combat drills and combat dummies and stuff like that. And the silhouettes that they're using for the combat dummies are weird, and kind of like not easily identified type stuff, which is a little bit odd. And so I mean, the sort of the narration is there, but some of it doesn't exactly match with what you'd sort of think you'd be seeing. They talk about the missing They talk about the, the missing teacher. And again, you've got Hellbinder like looking out at the water. You've got, that kind of thing. Drama with the boyfriends, and you see like Diego coming up out of the water. But Diego coming up out of the water at the edge, like at the edge of the island stuff, he's like wearing like, and you haven't seen this very often, but he's like wearing much more formal superhero gear, I guess would be to say it. Let me see if I can find.
He's got a super suit.
Well, it isn't exactly that. Like he's had that, but his stuff up at this time has been sort of like that sort of like easygoing spandex kind of thing, neoprene, more like neoprene kind of a deal. But that's not what we see him coming out with. So this is like, oh, look, they're starting a new deal, and they're giving him a new outfit. The outfit is like, he's got like the shoulders are a little bit more flared, kind of like slightly more armored. He's got like sort of like the scale mail kind of, well, here, this is kind of I'll put this in the chat so you guys can sort of see it. In Roll20. So like instead of like the spandex thing, like he's got like segmented sort of body armor, and like he's got armor on the thing. He doesn't have the trident thing, but like one of his arms, he's got kind of like sort of like a little hand crossbow thing kind of mounted on the back of his arm.
That's cool.
Like on his forearm. And it's not like it's got the crossbow pieces, but it's some kind of like sort of projectile launching thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And when they talk about the boyfriends thing, they're showing like they're showing this thing with Emilio and Colin's. Like we showed like Colin's room before, but now what we're seeing with Colin and like the computers and stuff like that is he's got like this whole kind of, he's like down in the base, and he's got the computers all kind of redone, and it's sort of like a command center thing, and he's kind of doing like guy in the chair stuff, and there's all this tactical array and like topographical maps of the island and the bay and the city and like the whole coastline for about 30-40 miles. And he's got like a headset on, and he's like, you can see lookings and talking to people that you can't see and all this other kind of stuff. So, more activities, more field trips, and it's showing like, the class, like Otter Pop and honor roll as a group and stuff like that are like out doing patrols and stuff. They show
Otter Pop is approved by the school, but the people who burned down Belize are not. I see how it is.
I mean, you pretty much explain why that is right there. Well, they show some of that with you guys too. Like they show you guys out like sort of doing that kind of stuff. No, patrolling and stuff. What they don't show, it's like, the school's been called upon to do more stuff around the city because of the problems with oversight. Patrol tried to do what he could, but that wasn't well received. And you see all these people with like signs and protesters and stuff, and Patrol trying to talk to them, and them getting shouted down with like angry protesters and stuff shouting at him, like, oversight must go, defund oversight, all this other kind of stuff. Might does not make right. things like that. And then they have a little side note thing about how Patrol tried to continue to do superhero work by like starting a new identity as like sort of a vigilante. It took conspiracy guys with like facial recognition software about a week to realize it, to figure out that it was actually Patrol. And they immediately exposed him. Like you can totally tell from the facial recognition stuff that it's absolutely him. Keep in mind, we're using the same software to do this that the Halcyon Police Department has, and they're using that to watch all of you. So if we can do this inside of a week as amateurs, the police can know exactly where all of you are. Hey, Patrol, we're patrolling you. So he basically is relegated to basically hiding inside of the Overwatch building because no one wants to see him out there as Patrol, and he can't do anything else as anybody else because people right away figure out it's him.
Now I feel bad.
Well,
I don't. I feel bad for Patrol. But Drama got what he was,
Drama got exactly what, but Patrol is just trying to do his thing.
I don't regret anything.
No. Patrol will find his way out of that at some other point. Anyway, so where was I? But with all these difficulties and the changes and all this other kind of stuff, and you see, as in the patrols and stuff, you're also seeing a lot more sort of like Aegis branded patrol hover cars and stuff like that, and that sort of thing. Kind of in the background, there's more like those kind of vehicles along the streets and stuff, alongside the police. A lot more sort of Men in Black kind of Aegis agents. The sunglasses and the dark suits and stuff like that on the city streets.
See you there.
And things like that. And then, but it's let us turn the other thing that you see more and more is that a lot of the pictures are kind of hazy, and maybe it's the haze of memory. But maybe not. Maybe it just seems like it's getting worse and worse, and there's a lot more shots. What it seems like at night, foggy night shots, things like that. So we normally at the time of spring break we would turn to the beach, but as with many other things, Halcyon City, not even that feels the same. And it's a shot of, and the next shot is, if we get over here on roll 20. Is oh my God. Someone's beating up Jamie. So the shot we get in the comic is this beach shot, but again, really foggy. We normally return to the beach, but as with many other things, not even this can be the same in this new Halcyon we find ourselves. So we see this, yeah.
Zoe's on Instagram right now.
Okay, I'll deal with that in a little bit.
Okay. So I go tell Kate.
Okay. Give me a second. Where is that? So we see this foggy beach, and we see a very familiar color scheme coming, like waiting for the comic to like get going after this, hiatus, the new break, blah blah blah. Very familiar, and it's like Palestine. We got the that's the color scheme. That color scheme means Palestine, and we see her like sort of floating in the air, like coming in, flying. Still kind of hazy in the fog. like chattering. She's talking on the radio. Actually, she's not necessarily saying anything, but you get that little speech bubble above her that says like whoever's talking to her is talking over radio, because the little arrow for the speech bubble is like the jaggy line. It's like, it's like, yeah, we're getting activity all along there, movement and stuff. Just keep your eyes open. We just don't want to get any kind of penetration, into the city. Never mind. I'm telling you everything you already know. Just be safe, all right? And and you see kind of up in the corner of the box, like it's Colin's face. He's back over in the in a different space inside of the command center, or in the base and stuff. And he's got the little headset on. You see him kind of doing the talking and stuff. Just be safe or something. The next frame, we see Palestine finally comes, kind of come into. When Colin tells you to be safe, what do you say? Do you reassure him? What do you say when Colin tells you to be safe?
Yeah, I'll be safe. I'll try my best.
And you see her kind of come into focus, and yeah, it's Palestine. Yeah, it's in the color scheme and stuff, but she's got this mask on.
See, this is why I said I was concerned.
Cat?
Yeah.
It's not exactly the same. Defund oversight. Well, yeah, defund oversight. I can't do anything about that. That's just what it is. And then the next little bit, Kat, if you'll forgive me for putting dialogue in, what about me, Colin? Aren't you going to tell me to be safe? And his response is, Sil, I mean, you're great and all, but I'm not really, super worried about you being safe. Your definition of that's going to be a little bit different than mine anyway.
No, my feelings.
Oh no, my feelings. You have gotten me. And you see her kind of walk from a different direction, like probably not from the water, but from the land side of things. And she's like walking out onto the beach, on a convergence with Palestine sort of low thing here, low, slow flying. Also wearing a mask.
Oh God, I forgot her scars. I'm so stupid. Sorry.
Whatever.
Fix that.
You were a quick sketch. It's fine.
No, I'm fixing it.
I think they look really good, actually.
I think that for quick knock it out sketches, I think literally do this about 10 minutes to 7 or 10 minutes to 8. So she's been doing that while we were talking.
And I told myself while I was drawing, I go, okay, I'm not going to forget Sil's scars. I always forget Sil's scars. And I send it to Dad. And he's like, oh, you forgot the scars. I'm like, oh, wait, oopsie poopsie.
No, I didn't. I did not.
No, I know. I do pretty frequently.
The reason I didn't say anything about you forgetting the scars is because it's fine. Amber, do you have any banter to throw into this comment? Or let me ask you a question. Are you in the playful banter mode, or are you in the all business, thing, let's to work?
I think she's very all business because she's a little worried about how quickly she went down in the last, in that big fight. And just sort of like a switch turned on where it's like, we're not messing around anymore.
Gotcha.
So I think she's stone cold silent.
Oh,
I fixed it.
Did, huh?
I did fix it.
Send it to me?
I did.
All right, hang on.
On your phone from your end.
Save image as. Fine. I will put it in there.
Thank you. please fix my mistakes for me?
I mean, I got to rearrange this a little bit, obviously. Now, this isn't going to look quite right, but I think it's kind of funny. So I'm going to do it anyway. Come on, picture, upload. There we go. All right.
I know what you're gonna
I
do.
knew that was coming.
It's kind of good though, right?
The silhouette one is amazing.
It kind of works. I mean, hang on. That one's too big. I got to get kind of.
Oh, it's awesome.
Out there.
That's awesome.
That's our new reality. So you got, it's like, I'm not really worried about you being safe. I mean, as safe as you really let yourself be. In any way, you're going to stop being safe as soon as you get bored. Yeah, fair point. And you see this blaze of fire that kind of lights up the fog around it above you guys and coming in from a slightly different angle. And you hear Amber's voice go, "Heads up, I think I see where they're coming out of the water." And she goes by. She's not wearing a mask. She's tearing down through this fog and kind of going out over the water. And she doesn't fire a blast as much as kind of like put out a sheet of fire in front of her to sort of light up the area. And you see these humanoid forms coming up out of the surf.
Ooh, show us the pretties.
I didn't grab any pretties, but let's grab you. Mostly they look like sort of humanoid, but with like sea creature parts.
Oh.
Not to and this is tricky because I don't want to get too close to
Pirates of the
that.
Caribbean.
Well, I don't want to get too close to. No, I don't want to get too close to the sort of sea creature combat mode that Palacine came up with. Mentioned in the past, but I want to throw a few of them up here that you guys can sort of. I mean, if you guys have seen the Pirates of the Caribbean, where there's like the pirates that have the sea creature thing, that's a place to start, I guess.
I'm pulling up those images. Just give me a sec.
There's one kind of thing. This is a perfectly good one to have like a bunch here. This is a pretty good one. I'm probably going to save this somewhere. This one I'm going to pop up right here. If we're going to use these as sort of generic, like a lot of guys that look like that, this is a pretty good one. This second guy here. I'm going to save him. So. Thank you. You're welcome.
Oh, that's sick.
So you're seeing like those guys coming out, but they've got like sort of like keratin armor, and it's not like it was built out of other creatures' shells, but it's like shell-like armor.
Ooh.
If that makes sense. Let me get image.
Did my link work, or is it just like trash? And I'm sorry if it is.
Oh, that's not.
Ooh, it is trash.
This thing saved really weird. It saved as a. Oh, that's an annoying. Didn't save as an image I can use. But anyway, so yeah, that guy. Stuff like that. Oh, what's that? What did you do? Why are you searching with Bing?
Didn't do it on purpose.
Oh. But yeah, I mean the Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. But we'll make do.
That second one that you sent was really cool.
Yeah, I like that. I like that guy. So anyway, those guys are coming boiling up out of the water. Not boiling, but like kind of marching up out of the water. Primitive weapons. There's you know, they're armed with stuff like rifles, weird sciency looking creepy things, and oh, this is a good one too. Oh yeah, I like this guy. Here we go. There's another one. That one's pretty good too.
Oh, let me see. Click. Click. Oh, freaky.
So yeah, definitely fishy.
Ram.
What's that?
Kind of looks like a ram. Underwater ram.
A little bit. We're gonna get that and store that away in the images in the bad guys. Anyway, you guys get the general idea.
They're not good guys? Oh, I never would have.
Ember, what do you do? You of the non-maskiness. You're muted.
Thanks. I guess I just, light them up, start a fire, watch them burn.
Foosh, foosh.
Okay. Gee. They have defenses against you, so if the roll doesn't go exactly right, that's fine. Go ahead and give me a directly engaged then. Let's see what we've got going on.
Give me 1 second, please.
Sure. I'll switch over and see what Palestine. You have many options. Are you back home before I?
Yes.
Okay.
But my video's not working, so I just have to leave it off. Just
That's
so
fine.
you know.
That's fine. Okay, so what was I going to say? So wade in with your shape shiftiness and get in the water and kind of mix it up with your that cool alien combat form thing that you've got that I can't.
Yeah.
Or you've got mind blasts or telekinesis or the guy with the combat penguin mode. All of these things. What do you do? Oh,
Ah!
Lucy's starting it off hot.
Ouch!
Are you man? That's
What
it. Mark potential.
do you have, mate?
Mark potential. And this is why she's several advances ahead of the rest of y'all.
She biffs, and she biffs hard.
Yeah.
Okay. So we might be it's a little bit more complicated. So Lucy, you're like doing the thing. He's like, you basically get your arms up and just flamethrower across a lot of these things. The one in the front with that face this guy, the last picture that I linked, as you kind of like swoop in, it's like, I think I spotted them, and you pull up your arms like this. The guy's like, it's her. And like the ones that are kind of, yeah, right. Yeah, basic bitches, it's me. Anyway, but like a couple of them get up like sort of kind of thing, to kind of at least kind of get ready for the fire. So the fire comes washing down, and either the guys with the shields or the ones directly behind them have these like sort of big, they look cumbersome, almost like rocket launcher kind of tube-like looking things. But they don't like put them up on their shoulders or anything like that. They get them down and they kind of plant them down into the ground behind them, like down low. And like mortars or something like that, except what they fire is streams of seawater up at you. Like they get it down into the surf and they suck this stuff and just, and it's like a fire hose, full on break your bones, kind of fire hose thing. As you,
I just have an image of Ember in my head about to light up and then just.
they like you get the distinct sense that these these guys have drilled specifically for this situation. Like, it's her, shields, water cannons, fire.
Oh, that only makes me angrier, which makes me more engaged. You guys are stupid.
I'm going to have you. Because we might learn something about Ember going forward. Because something that Emilio said last session was, I would never tell her this stuff, but it's possible the whole thing with the water causing her extra damage is psychosomatic thing. So let's see how Ember responds to being like lit up on fire with water. Take a powerful blow for me.
That is conditions, correct?
Yeah, just roll and hit the little dice thing next to conditions, and we will see what we. Ooh, I don't think she's.
Damn it!
I don't think she's figured out the water thing yet.
You have
Oh,
Wait, no, that's not possible. Never mind.
It's what?
I have 2 conditions.
You have 2 conditions. Apologies. I can't wait.
2 conditions. All right.
Okay.
So that's a thing. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. Hang on. Basic moves. Basic moves. We need a powerful blow. Roll conditions on 10 plus. Choose one. You must remove yourself from the situation. Flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself and the powers in a terrible way. I have an idea for that is not your typical Melt Belize response.
I love how melting an entire country is like not typical. Is like a typical thing.
Yeah. Well, I say typical for Ember. I have a thought about that. 2 options from the 7 to 9 list. Lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible
Sorry,
way.
hold on. Roll 20 is kind of freak on me. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, so I'm gonna lose control of my powers.
All right. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way. I got to look at something here real quick. Because I think I have thought about it, and I think I'm the one who gets to say kind of, or at least I can if I have a good idea, say how. So let me just look at that real quick. Take a powerful blow. Nope. Damn. You lose your control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way. Means the GM gets to tell you how your powers go haywire, cause collateral damage, make the world around you unstable, and all kinds of other bad stuff.
Your camera moved.
Whoops. Hello. I like that. I like this sort of thing. Hello. All right. Jim gets to tell you how the powers go haywire, cause collateral damage, make the world around you go unstable. Look at that one more time. It does say comfort or support. Kidding. Kidding. GM chooses what you do and what exactly that looks like. Ew. Ew. Gross.
Not thinking. You're so bad at that.
Okay.
Sorry, Dad. You know I don't mean
I
that.
know, I know. I mean, the easy thing is to just have her like completely overdo it. But
It's something different in mine though.
I do have something in mind. So
Oh no.
okay, I got to check a few stats here because I got to look and see the absolute worst way. You're welcome.
Collateral damage.
I'm mapping out the collateral damage. Oh, that's terrible.
As long as it's different story-wise than Belize.
It's definitely a different storyline than Belize. Okay. All right. Okay, so the water cans come in. So Ember's like laying down the fire, covering fire, perfect layout. These guys soak a little bit of the fire, and then these blast of water comes back, and Ember is not ready for it. So she tries to like level out her fire at this thing in kind of like a panicked like sort of thing, but she doesn't get it around fast enough for one thing, and for another thing, seems to be of the opinion that getting hit by the water will make her fire go out. Kind of what happens, but not exactly. So she gets knocked head over heels backwards. But like, you know those fireworks where you like put them on the ground and light them and they spin and throw off fire? That's what she's doing, but she's like pinwheeling backwards and throwing off fire as she goes. Palacine had shapeshifted. Were you going to go like combat mode with like the sea creature thing, or what were you going to do?
I think I was gonna like shapeshift, but then also mind blast.
So you were shapeshifting and stepping forward and kind of like you see the hands kind of coming up to the face thing, and pinwheeling Ember is coming straight back into this craziness to on fire and straight back into you. Trying to right herself by and trying to right herself and kind of panicking. You get like, you guys don't have just a radio link, you've got like a mental link, so you can feel it, like the panic is on there. It's like immediate, like nobody likes to say anything, but when Ember comes in for these things, she's kind of okay. So throw Kaylee under the bus here for a second. Kaylee's got a thing, like she doesn't like heights. It's fine. But if you tell her that she's going to go off of a zip line or that she's going to jump off of a cliff into a river, she doesn't not do it. She does it as fast as she possibly can. She's the first one up the ladder. She's the first one on the thing. She's the first one on the cable. Doesn't stop. Doesn't hesitate. Doesn't slow down. She for sure as hell doesn't want to see anybody else do it first. Go, and she'll be in. She's not scared. It's because she's scared out of her damn mind. Doesn't want to have time to think about it. And you guys have a mental link of. So this is Ember like coming into this fight going, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to put it on fire. I'm going to first go. Not scared. It's because she's scared more. And as soon as it goes sideways with, like we painted that camper a couple weeks ago, she went up with like, I'm going to tape up here for this mountains up on the ladder. And as soon as the ladder went, wobble, 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 she's like, nope, I'm coming back. I'm done. She was 3 steps up. And she had been giving me a hard time for 6 hours straight about me not letting her up on the ladder.
Because I needed it.
Well, then she was like, I'm out. So, and this is not about you. This is about Ember. Like, as soon as something goes slightly sideways, panic. So I'm going to respond to this by throwing out more fire. I'm spinning backwards. I can right myself by throwing out more fire.
The solution, though. It's great.
Ember, or Syl, the situation is complicated. It's hard to know exactly what to do, and you're the person with the plan. What do you do? It rhymes with assess the situation.
Oh, wow. I think I'm going to assess the situation. Wow. Or what's my special move for that? Special child. Like before going into
Been reading the files. You've learned about the superhuman world through your important superpowered phenomena. Roll superior. On a hit, tell the team one important detail you learned from your studies. The GM will tell you what, if anything, seems different from what you remember. You can roll that also, but that is not an assess situation. It's a one question thing about these guys.
I can't do it anyways because this is not like the first time that I'm.
It's the first time we've seen him in the story.
Well, that's fair. Okay, when you assess the situation, roll plus superior on a 10 plus S2 on a 7-9 S1.
I mean, if you want, you could do the been reading the files thing.
Nah, that's all right.
All right. Assess the situation. You do have a penalty to it because you're guilty.
Wait, do I? Oh, I am guilty. Oop. I guess I only get a +1 on that then. Wait, where
How many bad rolls can we get all at once?
Where do I roll my thing?
You just hit the dice next to superior.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
It doesn't matter for you. Trust me.
Oop.
Still got a 10? My God.
Dude, I'm rocking. Everybody else is falling apart. I have to keep it together.
Okay.
Mental
So
are fighting now.
assess the situation.
10 plus S2. Okay. Dose.
Dose.
There it is. Click. Okay, what can you answer blank? Okay. Who here is the most vulnerable to me?
I mean, these guys are action movie directors love watching martial artists fight in shallow water because it lets golden arc water sprays and stuff like that. So the director of the movie wants to see you guys fight these guys. So I'm going to say hand to hand. That's fine. You've fought these guys a lot. They're definitely going to be. You've learned how to fight them well.
Mm-hmm.
That's the answer to that question, and they'll let you take a +1 forward on that. What here is in the greatest danger?
Yeah. I mean, I know it's Ember, but tell me anyway.
No, it's Palisane, because Ember she's flying backwards, she's tumbling, and she's responding to this by powering up. The idea being, if I just throw enough power at this, I'm going to get everything to control, and she's flying.
Turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
What do you do? So if you choose to defend Palisane, that'll give you a +1 on that.
Ooh, yeah. I'm going to beat the beasties. I'm going to shove her out of the way of Ember because...
And then I'm going to nerve strike Ember to take her power.
I need this crap.
I'm just going to immobilize you until you stop trying to cook us into hero de flambe.
I'm going to move her out of the way because, first
you're going to move.
Foremost,
I like how you're like, I'm going to move her out of the way. The only way you know how to do that kind of stuff is like with rolling tackles and kicks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to move her out of the way. Boom!
I move her out of the way.
It's like kicking out a door.
I'm going to move her out of the way, and then we get that gif of the Hulk punching Thor sideways. Just I move her out of the way. Boom. We had that in the other game where it was like, I'm going to save Roddy, and it was the guy playing the bull who's like a giant gorilla, and the other guy's playing basically a delinquent. He's playing a beacon, but he's really playing a delinquent. He goes, I'm going to save Roddy. I'm like, how are you going to save Roddy? I'm going to pick him up and throw him as hard as like,
Yeah.
okay.
So yeah. So I'm gonna push her out of the way.
Your defendio.
Myself out of the way as well because I kind of don't want to be, getting murdered by my dear friend over here. When you defend someone or something from an immediate threat, go plus saber. Okay.
Hang on 1 second. I'm not sure.
Is that not what I should do?
No, it's definitely what you should do, but I'm checking to see if influence is weird, and I'm not sure if it gives you a bonus on this or not.
I don't know.
1047.
Yes, I think so.
Well, it would for a social thing for sure. I'm not sure if it would.
For NPC threats, on it, you keep them safe and choose one. 9.
Yeah, this is an NPC threat.
Are you sure? Out of the way of Ember.
It's an NPC threat. You're not. The only way it's a PC threat is if you're penalizing a roll, and Ember's not rolling to attack anybody. So,
Or maybe I am, and you just don't know.
it could be. I'm snapped. Maybe I only screw up. Maybe I only think I'm screwing up, and nobody suspects me. No, you may not, because I don't know if you should give yourself a bonus here. Hang on. In both fictional, mechanical. With influence over you. No. Confidence support. Confidence support.
I think you get stuff, like you get influence and stuff.
All right. If you have influence over someone, you take +1 to all moves toward them. This means you take +1 to directly engage them, unleash your powers toward them, defend against them, provoke them, comfort or support them, pierce their mask. You also take +1 on any of your playbook moves that target them. You might even take a +1 to assess the situation if they're the focus of your attention.
So technically she gets a +2, right? Because she's defending against me if she has influence over me, and defending.
No.
Times where I have botched comfort and support rolls. I could have been getting +1s this whole time.
You're not taking +1s?
I mean, I wasn't adding them unless it does it automatically. And no, I don't have influence over.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't. You're sort of the right now, Ember. You're the environmental threat. If she
I tried.
I
tried.
Well, I mean, yes, Kelly. If you're trying to comfort and support somebody that you have influence over, you should be taking a +1. I think generally we've been reminding you of that. I don't know that. I'm sure there's sometimes we forgot.
Okay, I'm rolling.
All right. So you're rolling. You're taking a +1. You're taking a +1 because you're doing the assess directed thing, and you're taking another +1 because you have influence over her.
So +2.
Total of +2. This could go wrong. What?
What did I roll?
That's.
Wait, no, that's not possible.
Hold
on, wait, that's not possible. Because her savior is a 2, and then she adds a +2. She would have had to roll a 0, which is physically impossible.
That's not possible.
What did you hit?
I didn't.
Her savior.
Anything.
Because her savior is a 2.
This is not.
It's literally a 2. That's literally impossible. Her lowest roll is a 6.
Okay, so I'm gonna click the roll button next to.
No. Yeah, I know. Did you when it asked you for your modifier? Did you put in 2 or -2?
I put in +2.
Don't put a plus symbol. Just click the number in.
2. Submit.
Well, I think it's a 6.
No,
that's literally the.
If you move your mouse over. Now I'm going to take the first roll because I know what happened. I'm not a 4. I'm not taking a 4, but I know what happened. If you move your mouse over what she did, rolled 2 2s. The thing in parentheses is what she rolled. She rolled 2 2s and then it added 0. Because of the way you wrote your bonus in, you negated it basically did a negative. So you subtracted 2 and you didn't get your bonus. So your 2s washed out. So you added nothing to a pair of 2s.
Okay, well,
Just wait. What you should have been doing was adding 4 to a pair of 2s, which still gets you to an 8. So we're treating your 4 like an 8.
Got
I
it.
feel like we should treat my 11 like an 11. That sounds like a good plan to me.
That is no.
Well,
That is no.
are you hearing this?
I like how you can add like 4 to something and you could theoretically still fail. You need snake eyes, but it could happen. All right. Defend. On a 7, so you keep them safe. You keep them resist. On a 7 to 9, though, it costs you. You can expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
I'm just going to expose myself to danger because I don't feel like escalating this. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you. I'm just
All
going
right.
to say thank you.
Do you want so Ember is gonna so you get Palacine clear and you kind of do like sort of a judo roll thing. So you kind of like come up to her and kind of grab her by the shoulders as you're kind of cartwheeling over her. So you kind of cartwheel over her, grab her by the shoulders, go down onto the ground backwards, and as you're pulling her down, you get your feet.
Your camera is kind of not on you.
I know it's attached to my image, but you go back over, get your feet up into kind of her waist area and sort of flip her over you, but so hard that she basically is going to go do a complete flip and land back on her feet just further away.
Yeah. I'm strong. Strong.
So Ember's going to plow, but you can't quite get yourself loose. Price you pay. Ember's going to plow into you. Do you want to just take a condition or you want to roll take a powerful blow? Because with take a powerful blow, there's a chance you don't.
I want to roll take a powerful blow because I only have one condition, but we know how that goes.
Dude, so, I needed 2 conditions and I rolled a 10.
Because I am a masochist. No, I'm kidding. All right, we're rolling conditions. Boop. Oh, wait. Boop. For real this time.
Boop for real this time? Ooh, a 9.
That's not... It could
That's not that bad.
It could be a lot worse. All right.
It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. I mean, numerically speaking, it couldn't be a lot worse.
Powerful blow, roll plus conditions mark. Okay. On a 7 to 9, choose 1.
Lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition on them instead of you.
I'm gonna give ground.
You can inflict a condition on me.
No, I'm not going to do that because you don't deserve that.
You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity.
Yes, because I can handle that. I know how to fight my way out of these situations. I do not need to be another one of the people hurting my teammates.
Okay, so you give ground, the opposition can take it. So sadly, the last couple of months, you know how to keep yourself from getting burned and damaged when Ember comes crashing into you somewhat out of control. No, let me put that another way. You have been drilling. Let's put it this way.
From the first day I met her.
No. What's your mentor's name? Vigil. Vigil's been drilling you on what to do in case one of your people goes crazy and you have to deal with them. So
the Batman approach.
Yeah, the Batman approach. So you know how to handle Ember in a way that doesn't leave you needing a burn unit. What are you doing?
I was trying to kill a bug.
So you roll with her, start to get up, she's coming at you and you roll back another way and kind of flip them the other way, but you're now basically have kind of cleared things out of the you've fallen back from the beach, so these guys are coming up forward, And the guys that were in the forward that were kind of coming up and with the shield and coming, they drop and they're like, ready? And the shields come down and the guys things come up and the barrel kind of like cycles. And then we see like javelins, like a barrel loaded with like some kind of spear thingy. Ready? Palacine. What do you do?
My ass.
What do you do, Palacine?
Hey, Dad. Lava penguin.
What?
Attack penguin?
His name is Parsley Penguin. I don't know what his name is. Oh, I don't remember actually. Oh,
I don't know either.
Lagaya.
Yeah.
Lagaya.
I remember.
What?
Lagaya. His name is Lagaya.
Lagaya. I can't believe you
It's
can.
just Space Penguin.
Lagaya. All right. So what do you do? You can attack them. You can defend your friends who are about to be turned
I
into.
feel like I should
Don't do
defend
that.
my
Just
friends
attack them.
since they
No,
but at the same time, I
we're
want to
fine.
mind blast
Just
them.
attack them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Squid.
Okay.
Squid.
Awesome.
I raise you. Squid.
All right. So you're doing like sort of a force blast thing or a mind blast thing. What are you doing?
Thing. Yeah.
Mind blast thing. Okay. Do me a favor and directly engage. Roll your danger. Your danger is terrible, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Awesome. You are what you need that one move that lets you use freak instead of danger when you attack in certain ways. That's a good move for you because your freak is always
A -4 to directly engage.
Yep. She's afraid for her friends and she's in a panic. Therefore, she will directly engage and it will not go well. And that's
Oh,
okay.
spooky.
It won't roll. Come on.
It's looking at you going, seriously, Judith, you don't want
wanna
to roll that.
this.
So are you hitting the dice next to the danger?
Yeah, it's just not.
No.
Can one of us roll it for her?
Try to click one of the other dice.
I brought you myrrh. Thank you. Murder. Judith, no.
Do any of them?
No.
Do any of them click? Close the character sheet and then open it back up again and then try. And if that doesn't work, I'll click it.
Nobody's appreciating my Vine reference.
I
didn't hear it.
I brought you murder.
you're
Thank you. Murder. Judith, no.
Oh, okay. Now that's not as bad as it. Wait, plus. Oh, -3. -3. How did it manage a -3?
That.
How did it do a -3? Your danger is a 2. You're subtracting afraid. You rolled a 6 and a 3, but it should be a 5.
Should be worse than it actually is.
Yeah, because she's subtracting. She should be subtracting. Why did she get a +1? Oh, I can make this be the right number because if Lagaya is there, is the passive move. Come on, Lucky, helps you out, and Lagaya gives you bonuses to where. Wait, yeah, we did. Choose 3 basic moves, and they give you 1. And the basic moves that Lagaya helps with is comfort and support, reject another person's influence, engage a threat. So that makes it be a 6. So if one of you guys kind of help with the mind blast, then that'll get you to a 7, and you can spend team on it. So if Ember's blasting or something like that,
Can I help?
yes,
I don't know.
it can absolutely help. You're gonna get shot anyway, so you might as well extra firepower.
So have I knocked into Syl at this point?
No, Syl like basically grabbed you in a couple places where you weren't immediately on fire and kind of threw you past, but also aware enough of what's going on that she knows as soon as you're back on your feet, you're going to attack again. So basically, she flips Palestine one way, she grabs you, flips you another way, she rolls up, and as soon as she's basically standing full up, she immediately drops and does like and basically does like a combat burpee and just drops. A sheet of fire from you behind her goes searing like right back into these guys. And the timing on it is, from her point of view, is perfect. We're going to spend a point a team to help out Palestine. That makes it a 7. So don't take potential for that. And the directly engage option, Palestine is. See, that's the nice thing is if she doesn't have a condition, if she's not afraid, she's actually still only at a -1 because Ligaya can help. For directly engage, if you get a 7, lets you choose one off the directly engaged list. You can resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition. Pick one. You're going to do a condition to them. That happens, but.
Whoa, what just happened? Oh.
Ember, you're going to get flat out shot by this. So I'm curious, like where it hits you, how bad it is, and which condition you take as a result.
Wow.
Well, she got the option was there for Palestine to defend you guys. She didn't, so you guys are going to get hit.
I'm not saying that. I'm just like, wow. So I'm just imagining her mom, like, oh, it's chill. My kid's just out there getting shot by javelins. Yeah.
It's really more of a harpoon.
Can I already mark the condition because I already know?
Yeah.
Or did it take a powerful blow type thing?
No. You can just. I think for this thing, just take a condition. Like you got shot, and this is the thing. It's not
there
gonna.
One for pain.
Yeah. You have one that you can take if you want. If you want, there is an option. Hang on. Where's that at? There is a thing where you can just say you're injured, like it's just a flat out physical injury. It's less about an emotional thing. I do it with Syl sometimes because, oh no, never mind. That's for that's an additional option you can throw on to take a powerful blow if you roll a 10. And you're basically injured and you sort of have like a -1 forward to everything because you're injured. I do it with Syl sometimes because early on, I couldn't quite figure out how she would lose control of her powers in a terrible way. So I was just like, how about you just get shot and have like blood?
Okay, actually, I don't know which one to take. I'm on the fence between afraid and guilty because I feel guilty about like I messed everything up at the beginning, but also I'm like really falling apart here. You know,
I think you should take afraid because you just got shot with a harpoon.
That's what I was first thinking, but then
I think that's a natural
also screwed everyone over.
I feel like
shot with a harpoon and goes, oh yeah, you know, I feel bad. I got my friends in this situation, you know.
That's the condition you pick up later when Vigil is dressing you all down and going.
No, the first thing you do is go, holy shit.
Yeah, you're like, okay. Have you guys ever seen Ace Ventura where he gets shot where he gets like javelins in both thighs and he's like, ah, and he keeps going back and forth, screaming about each leg. Anyway, it's not the funniest movie in the world, but some of the scenes are pretty good. Anyway, so I'm afraid makes sense to me. You just got shot with a harpoon. Where does it hit you?
In my left shoulder. Left shoulder.
Okay. Sure. And it's just still in there. The barbs are meant to stick and stay so that you can be reeled in. Palestine, what option did you pick up directly engage?
Well, I was wondering. So I know like the take something from them, it doesn't mean you have to literally take like their weapon or anything.
Sure.
But what do you think I could take that would benefit us?
You could literally grab their telekinetic type of blast, and you could like take their shields, so they're more vulnerable to ember. You could take their weapons. You could take their tactical advantage and push the water back away from them, so they're on exposed ground.
You could take like their ability to communicate or something.
Yeah.
To, like mind blast.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, that's a little. Well, it's still fine for me to do. Those are probably the easiest ones. It's easier. It's easier to think about. For my money, it's easier to think about like I'm attacking. This is what I want to have had. Let that sort of decide what thing you pick.
Yeah.
And figure out from the list what you do, and then figure out the fiction should be first thing. You know, like what you want to have happen in the story, and figure out what that effect is afterwards. Than the other way around.
I really like the idea of like throw away.
Oh yeah? Cool. So big telekinetic push and it hits them, but you keep pushing and basically leave them on dry sand as you basically just shove the tide back. So like there's a wall of water behind them now being kind of like held and away from them. And they're like, and they're kind of, none of these things are particularly great. They're not terrible, but a lot of them aren't great on dry land. So they've been knocked down and kind of they're scrambling and that kind of thing. Since you're not resisting or avoiding blows, pick a condition that you take. Or no, I'm not going to have you take a powerful blow because you haven't. Well, are you the only one that hasn't taken a powerful blow yet?
I think so.
But she's been in a pretty good position the whole time.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, she didn't resist or avoid their blows. When you directly engage, you're going to get hit back unless you choose not to get hit back. So the question is, do you take a powerful blow or do you just take a condition? Because there's a lot of stuff that can happen when you take a powerful blow where you don't take any bad stuff. You can just kind of like, so what do you think? You're going to get hit or graze with a harpoony thing. Do you think you just take a condition from that, or do we want to see how much you worry about that thing?
I'm going to take angry.
All right.
That's
sounds good.
That's not fair. Happy that they hit me.
Syl, they did not hit you. You moved out of the way just in time. The harpoon goes through your mask and rips it off your face, destroying it in the process.
Oh no.
What do?
Does that mean?
Good.
We have not been told what the masks mean and why I don't have it. It is either something to do with the firepower or something to do with the fact that I've already been in the water. Either front.
No.
Or that I don't have influence from that I can't get in. The guy can't influence me, the brain dude.
Ooh.
Yes, it's that thing. Encephалus is how to aerosolize Invictus throughout the city.
Guys, it's Plague Inc.
Oh no, this is very bad.
So the fog is basically mind control fog.
Quick, stop breathing.
How long can I hold my breath?
Really?
No, I need to look this up. How long can Batman hold his breath?
No. How long, Batman? Your current record for holding your breath is how long can Batman hold his? Are you seriously Googling how long can Batman?
4 minutes.
No, you are not Batman.
Can I weld your mouth back together
for at least 4 minutes? So I would assume it would be just as long or longer on land. But wait, he actually ends up holding it for more than 6 minutes.
No.
Can I weld her mask back together while she's holding her breath for at least 3 minutes? Because that is a totally normal time for someone to hold their breath.
How 3 minutes? No, it isn't. 3 minutes.
For me, it's like 10 seconds.
No, it totally is. It's definitely 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
No, don't. Blah, 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 blah. It's 3 minutes. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. It's like 3 minutes.
3 minutes
Hang on.
is average.
That's not average.
But she's also not a normal person. I bet Vigil, like,
Oh
for the
yeah,
second,
no,
the air
Vigil.
thing was like, hold your breath.
Oh my God, my computer. I want to burn this computer.
You're welcome.
Hang on. This is
Jamie
actually
can do that for you.
Oh.
She's good at burning stuff.
Do normal people hold their breath?
Search for average length a person can hold their breath.
And then just add 1 minute onto that.
I mean,
because
1 to 2 minutes. So 3 minutes is average, Avi.
What?
Well, that would be 2 to 3 minutes.
What? 1 to 2 minutes. 1 or 2 minutes. How is 3? You don't add the averages together to figure out what?
Well, but,
Have you
but
never
no,
done
no.
averages in school? The first thing you do is add them together.
And then cut them in
Then you
half.
Yeah. No, okay, but also you add a
2 and
minute
a
to
half,
whatever.
probably. Well, then the average would be
Vigil.
1.5, so it would be 2.5 technically.
Okay, I can weld that fast.
minute.
Get over here and let me melt this plastic to your face.
Listen. The average person can hold their breath 1 to 2 minutes. I know me personally, I can do about 1.5 minutes. Because there was this really, really stupid story that Tommy Riv told about how when he was in high school, his high school sprint team used to try to see how long they could run along the track, how far they could get running on the track without breathing. And they worked their way up to it over a semester, and he made it 200 meters. He made it all the way down the 100 meter and around the corner. And right as he crossed the 200 line, he passed out and face planted straight into the track.
That is so not healthy.
And he did, and that took him. But that was a high exertion and stuff like that. If you are at rest,
Hold on. I'd like to veto the fact that Still would definitely have a second mask on her. I'm just saying, Vigil would not allow this unpreparedness. So if she can hold her breath long enough and put her second mask on, everything's fine. She just loses a turn.
I'm fine with she loses a turn. It's not that deep. I'm fine with all that, but right now I gotta deal with this. To answer your question,
it goes to the bottom.
Oh my God. To answer the question in a way that's interesting, we know, and we get a little flashback of this. As soon as the mask comes off and we see it shattering and stuff like that, we immediately flash back to Vigil, and we see she's in the room, she's in Vigil's apartment, and we see the fog outside, through the windows of the apartment and stuff like that. See Vigil and you across the kitchen table from each other, and you're just looking at her. Like you're staring fixedly ahead. Vigil's looking at you. Staring ahead. Vigil's looking at you. Vigil looks down. Her eyes go down. Vigil's got a stopwatch.
Eyes are watering.
And she's like, yeah, eyes are watering. She's like, you'd be able to do this longer if you were calm. Have you tried have you tried some deep breaths to calm down?
It's this in return.
Your current best at rest is 2 minutes and 32 seconds at rest.
That's enough time to grab your second mask, just saying.
Under effort, where you have to keep from getting hit while Vigil chucks fruit at you.
That's still enough time to grab a second mask.
And that one, you managed to get past 60 seconds, did a fist pump of victory in the air, and then passed out and gave yourself a light concussion by hitting the floor too hard before Vigil could catch you. So mixed victory on that one.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
But the point is, when the mask comes off and gets shattered, we learn all this stuff about how Vigil's been drilling her on this. And when you screw up, the first thing she says is, you cannot afford to let them have you. You're too dangerous. Go again. Yeah. And she resets the watch and does it again. So,
I'm just that cool.
unleash your powers.
Don't fail this roll.
I'm gonna try really hard not to.
Okay, what pluses can you get? I can add team by helping you. Like, if you fail, I can add team by like protecting you, so you're not like trying to protect yourself as much.
Before we automatically assume that I fail, okay?
You can burn fog away, stuff like that. There's ways you can. Both of you guys have ways that you can help.
Freak. Ew. Freak is not good.
No, it isn't.
No. Oh God.
Do you have a penalty to it?
No, I don't. Ah! Guys, I'm out for the count.
Oh my God.
I'm out. Guys, I'm out for the count.
No.
Wait, is this for you? Hold on.
This
We
just
have
showed.
Colin. Hold on. No. We have Colin on the call. We have Palestine and me. That's 4, 5.
It's fine.
That's 5,
It's
6,
fine.
7.
It's fine. She's not breathing yet. Still
We
take a powerful
can
blow.
do this.
Still take a powerful blow.
Do that, I guess.
Still take a powerful blow. You guys can figure out how you can help her.
From when I saved, from when I defended Palestine.
What's that?
Yeah, when I defended Palestine, I was like, I didn't pick a thing. I didn't pick an add team to a pool take influence over someone or clear a condition.
Oh, okay.
This is before I roll.
Yes.
Yay! I'm gonna clear my only condition.
Okay.
That's fair.
Don't mess this powerful blow up, please.
I'll try really hard not to. Yeah! I'm good.
Oh my God. You don't know how high my anxiety levels just went. Oh my God. I hate you so much.
I love how I did.
I am not about to fight some mind-controlled silhouette because we would die so fast. We'd have to burn you to like ashes, or you would kick out.
All right. So, can I tell? I have an idea for how you weather all of this, real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Grab your second mask.
The problem is that you weren't, and you're never going to admit this to Vigil. You weren't ready. Like, you were dodging and pulling out of the way, and you were exhaling for breathing, so your breath was all out of you, and the mask went away. Situation for holding your breath. You threw yourself down, and you reach for your mask, and it's in one of the troughs that your body made when you rolled one of the girls out of the way. I'm going to say when you flipped Ember, it came off your belt. So you go reaching and it's not there, and you look around like you're like looking around, and it's there on like it's in the sand, like kind of half buried and about 10 feet away from you. So you don't have it, and it's sort of Ember's fault.
Oh,
I'm hyperventilating. I'm literally hyperventilating.
it's okay. Wait.
So here's what I got.
I have a quick request. At least a small, actual, talk role play after the fighting. Just a quick one.
Absolutely.
Because I have so many things to say.
Does it have to be after the fight? Because we could do a little flashback thing where you guys are like,
"You are not allowed to kill me. I didn't fail the roll."
No, it feels better after the fight.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We'll forget what time it is. Okay, so Syl, here's what you do. You charge straight at. Okay. All right. So you charge. Zip it. You charge straight at the bad guys. As you're running, we see you scoop the mask. Now it's full of sand and shit and everything else. So you're like shaking that thing, and you're running, and you're going straight at these guys. Another guy cycles, and a harpoon goes by, and you roll. and another guy is like doing this thing, and you roll. The shield comes up and is like swung at you, and you like use it to vault over them. Another guy swings, and you kind of your foot on the barrel and do that, and you're past them, and you like 3 more long, stretching, bounding steps, and you dive straight into the wall of water that Palacene's holding up because there's no fog in the water. So if you have to take a breath, all you're really doing is choking. And that's acceptable. But once you're in the water, so you like go straight in the water, and we see you kind of turn over on your back under the water, and you're like shaking the mast to get the sand out and scrambling to get it on in the water. And we cut back to the thing.
So smart, bro.
And we see a cutback of Syl back in Palacene's thing, and we see back in Palacene.
I'm gonna do anything to filter contaminated air if there is no air. Oh, I'm so smart yet so stupid. I'm doing the smartest ways. Is he gone? I'm gonna go check on him. Dad.
How's life, Jamie?
What?
How's life?
That's all right. You know, this COVID stuff.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Tired.
Yeah.
Son of a... Hello.
Oh, she's back.
Yeah, his
Hello?
phone died.
Hello?
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hello.
Yes. We can hear you, but not see you. Now we can see you.
Woo.
Can you?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, exciting. All right. Cool. Sweet. All right. So I'm getting echoes now. That's super annoying. Yeah, I didn't realize my phone was literally 0%. Wow, that's impressive. All right, so shaking the thing out, doing the thing, and we cut back to Vigil, and Vigil's sitting back at the kitchen table with the stopwatch, and she's just sitting there looking at the numbers, and look across the table, and Syl's not there. Looks back at the watch. Looks back at Syl, chin kind of in her hands. Looks back at the watch, and we go. We see the shots past the table, and there's this big metal-bound glass tank that's been rolled in on wheels, and it's sitting in the open spot of the room where the thing is normally at. And it's full of water, and Syl's in there.
No.
Like she's laying on the bottom of the tank, and her arms are crossed and her feet are crossed, and she just looks pissed, and her face is all like puffed up, like, and just sitting there like. A little bit of bubbles trailing out of her mouth, and then we cut back to Syl like shaking out the water and like slamming the mask on, and then blowing air as hard as she can to like blow it out through the mask, as she's doing all that. Amber did a condition and took angry. Did a condition to them.
No, I took afraid.
You took.
Palacene took angry.
Oh, sorry. That's what I'm sorry.
Yes.
Palacene took angry. Sorry, my bad. And you took something from them? Is that what you did?
Yeah,
Palacene?
she took the water.
Yeah.
Okay. You took. Oh, you took.
away
Yeah,
the
right.
water.
You took away the water and stuff. Okay, so I get to look and see what they do for their response, and they're basically. So fire washes over them. They don't have water for cover. One of you is now behind them. You're holding back the entire ocean. And the fire one is getting back up to her feet and like looking down at the busted mask and going, "What did you do?" And they just turn and dive back into the water.
the wall of water and like back in the thing. So as Syl is coming out,
Question:
they're diving back in. Yes.
do I still have a harpoon in my shoulder?
Oh yeah. But they drop. But the good news is they drop the weapon. Like one of them starts to go, and he's carrying the weapon that's like tied to this thing. So it jerks your shoulder once, and you let out a scream, and he turns. And he's like, "Sorry," and like throws it down and just dives back into the water. Like he's really regretting that as a career move. And dives back. So Syl comes basically like swims back up out of the water, pulls the mask out far enough to like let the rest of the seawater out, and just slaps it back in again, and just like, and yeah, I'm reading your yeah. Anyway, so they flee back into the water, and Palestine basically like. Now Palestine didn't get. Did you get harpooned or like fully harpooned or like grazed?
I think I just got grazed.
Okay, so you're bleeding from like a rib, like chest area, kind of like along the ribs or something, like bleeding down the side, but it's not stuck in you, which, yeah, that's probably gonna be
You're doing better than Ember.
that's gonna be Silhouette's thing to fix, but which is never fun for any.
Ember needs a hospital.
Let me cauterize. No, you just Ember's always wanted you to do.
Cauterize it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can cauterize it, and then it'll take a bunch of antibiotics so that it doesn't get infected. Yes, I have researched this because I was.
Oh my god.
No, I should probably go to the hospital.
No,
Someday you're gonna get a giant
Ember's not
laceration.
going to suggest that. Ember's not going to suggest that. One of you will have to force me to go to the hospital. I'll be like, no, just let me deal with it.
Syl comes over. Whoa. You guys went all. Oh, hang on.
Wait.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Father, what have you done?
I don't know. The computer, the internet connection went really bad there for a second. Okay, so Syl
ran away.
Syl walks over to where Amber's at and kind of takes gentle hold of the end of the harpoon. She's like, "Okay, we're going to the hospital after this. Don't move." And she basically like chops through the harpoon. It's not like a big long stick sticking out of there, and just breaks it off with the wound too much. It's a good strike. It doesn't make you scream too much. All right, hospital. And then we cut away from that. The next scene is you guys up on the roof of the hospital, and the of the comic, 3 hours later. Okay, and you're basically
Can
sitting.
you repeat that? You're cutting out a lot.
Oh crap.
Just that the hospital part.
Yeah, give me a sec. Oh, man. I got one good game out of this computer before it started to act up again. That makes me really sad. It's been giving me such. This is why I was on my phone all night. I should have plugged it in. I was being. You there?
I was like, what? He's messaging me.